Hey everyone, and welcome to this explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here today because we are unpacking a seriously significant milestone, India's Independence Day celebrations for August 15th, 2026. Now, this is not just another year on the calendar. We are looking at this fascinating, almost mind-bending intersection where profound, hard-won history collides with some truly futuristic technology. We're talking indigenous AI systems broadcasting the Prime Minister's speech in real time, all tying into a massive, century-spanning vision for the nation. The 2026 celebrations are absolutely packed with incredible details, and we've got a lot of amazing ground to cover. So let's just jump right into it.
Here is our roadmap for today. We'll start with 80 years of freedom, take a look back at the 1947 historical struggle, discuss honoring freedom, dive into Atmanirbhar defense and tech milestones, and finally, unpack Vision Viksit Bharat 2047.
Section 1. 80 Years of Freedom. Understanding the Milestone.
Okay, so let's clear up a little math confusion right out of the gate. I know we've all had that moment of staring at a calendar, scratching our heads, but it's actually a really simple distinction once you break it down. On one hand, India has completed 79 full 365-day years as a sovereign nation between August 15, 1947 and August 15, 2026. But if you count the original event in 1947 as the very first Independence Day, counting sequentially makes 2026 the 80th Independence Day ceremony. So, when you hear the Prime Minister speaking from the Red Fort this year, we are officially celebrating the 80th Independence Day, having proudly completed 79 years of freedom. Makes sense, right?
Moving on to Section 2. The 1947 Historical Struggle. The Roots of Freedom.
You know, to truly appreciate the freedom we are honoring today, and especially those technological marvels we'll see at the 80th celebration, we really have to remember that it didn't just happen overnight. This journey stretches way back. It starts with the 1857 uprising, which was sparked by deep discontent among soldiers and civilians, and is often considered the first large-scale push against British rule. Fast forward a bit to 1920, and we see the non-cooperation movement championed by Mahatma Gandhi's philosophy of nonviolence. By the time we hit 1942, the massive Quit India movement is demanding an immediate absolute end to colonial rule. And finally, that decades-long struggle culminates in the 1947 Indian Independence Act, following the Mountbatten Plan, bringing independent India into existence at the stroke of midnight on August 15th.
Section 3. Honoring Freedom, Inspiring the Future, the 2026 celebration slogan. Now, bridging the past and the present day, the government has carefully chosen language that respects that deep history while pivoting very sharply toward tomorrow. The crucial point here is this central slogan, honoring freedom, inspiring the future. It is literally the heartbeat of the 80th Independence Day. It perfectly connects historical reverence, remembering leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Subhash Chandra Bose, and countless others, with a very forward-looking ambition for the nation to become a fully developed global powerhouse.
And to practically inspire that future, they aren't just talking about it, they are getting people involved. The government launched these massive public engagement campaigns through the MyGov and MyBharat platforms. They are actively inviting citizens, especially the youth, to showcase their vision. The themes for these contests are super fascinating. There's essay writing on AI's role in building a Viksit Bharat by 2047 and painting competitions comparing India in 1947 to what it might look like in 2047. And get this, the incentives are fantastic. The top 3 winners get 15,000 rupees in cash prizes. But even better, the top 200 participants actually win e-invitations to attend the Red Fort ceremony in New Delhi in person. It's all about bringing the public directly into the process, taking a true Jan Bhagidari approach.
All right, Section 4. Atmanirbhar defense and tech milestones, modernizing the celebration.
So if you thought Independence Day was purely a traditional, old-school affair, this year changes everything. But to really grasp the military showcase at the Red Fort, we first need to define a core focus for this year: Atmanirbhar defense. Basically, this is the strategic push for complete self-reliance in the military sector. It means making absolutely sure the equipment defending the country is designed, developed, and manufactured domestically, which drastically reduces reliance on foreign imports.
And tech is completely redefining the ceremony itself this year. For the very first time, the traditional 21-gun salute is tossing out the older imported guns and replacing them with the entirely indigenous Advanced Towed Artillery Gun System, or ATAGS. That is a huge milestone. Plus, while the Prime Minister speaks, this incredible AI-powered platform called Digital India BHASHINI will be translating the speech in real time into more than 22 Indian languages. That means citizens across India's incredibly diverse linguistic landscape can hear the vision for the country simultaneously in their own mother tongues. Add in showcases of India's progress in ongoing 6G testbeds and the semiconductor mission, and you've got a massive flex of digital public infrastructure and homegrown innovation.
Which brings us to Section 5, Vision Viksit Bharat 2047, the 100-year goal.
All of this new technology, all of this deep history, it all serves one ultimate century-spanning goal for India. And achieving a developed India requires tapping into the country's single greatest asset, its youth. The Young Leaders Dialogue 2026 is placing young demographics squarely at the center of national discussions. We are talking about Gen Z innovators tackling agriculture and technology, young entrepreneurs driving the next wave of startups, and student leaders forging new solutions for sustainability and health. The government is directly inviting these bright minds to present innovative solutions that are literally going to chart the course for the coming decades.
So what exactly is that course? Well, it's transforming into a fully developed nation by the 100th anniversary of independence in 2047. It's a huge vision, and it relies heavily on massive green transitions. Things like Mission Life, which focuses on sustainable living, alongside the National Green Hydrogen Mission and expanding solar-powered villages. But here's the best part. It's not just about high-tech and energy. It's about inclusive growth. This 80th Independence Day specifically honors grassroots contributors, inviting ASHA health workers, organic farmers, and rural women entrepreneurs as special guests to the Red Fort. It's this brilliant, holistic vision of global leadership and technology, but perfectly balanced with deep, inclusive roots.
So to wrap up our explainer today, I want to leave you with a really provocative question to ponder. What role will today's youth play in shaping a fully developed India by 2047? We've seen how the 80th Independence Day perfectly bridges the historic sacrifices of 1947 with the crazy technological marvels of 2026, like those AI BHASHINI translations and the indigenous ATAGS artillery. But that final leap to Viksit Bharat 2047? That depends entirely on actions being taken right now. How will individual actions today forge the reality of tomorrow? Huge thank you for joining me on this deep dive into India's 2026 Independence Day celebrations. Stay curious, keep learning, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.